Hey guys, so the June Simon Says stamp card kit is here, and I love the bright colors, and I picked out 4 Simon Says stamp inks to use in the card I'm going to make with the card kit. So we have Island Blue, Sunshine, Orange Peel, and Green Apple, and this really fun happy smiley sunny stamp set. And there's a really great little smile die here that's a smile circle die. You can get this separate or with the kit, but it's always nice to get a die. And I don't know if I'm going to use this yet or not, but we'll just stick that over there in the corner. And then I really wanted to make a really bright sunny card. It's been super foggy here, and we have the Bay Area marine layer, our summer marine layer in. So I thought I would like to make something kind of sunny and use the really bright colors. Um, the yellow for the card base, and I'll cut that in just a second, and then layer with white with a lot of multicolored stamping on it, and then use the orange and the blue, and these are two-sided, which is really nice, as accents, accent colors on the card. So my idea is to do a card that actually has a lot of type on it, and I think I'm going to use happy and smile in a pattern on the card in the different colors, and we'll kind of we can talk about a really organized way to do that and a not so organized way to do that. So let's get started. I know that I wanted to kind of tape all the fun happies or smiles and really put them into a kind of collage, if you will, at the bottom. And so I wanted to make kind of a little sketch of the card before I got started, just so I had an idea of what I was going to do and how it might work out. And so I thought doing a band across the center with lots of smile and happy, all in those really bright colors. And this is all on the white panel. The yellow panel is going to sit in the background behind that. But do all the type on the white panel, and then literally cut some fun little banners out of the accent colors and put the sentiment in there. So that's my thought. You could also do, and this is a good way to kind of get your ideas out before you start going crazy, especially with a card kit when you have some limited supplies. It's a good thing to just do a little sketch and think about, and there's millions of these online too, free, where you can get ideas or inspiration for your layouts.
So you can see I sped this up so that you guys can see the rest of the process without it taking 20 minutes. Because it does take it takes about 15 minutes to get this laid in and make the decisions. But I just start laying the type in the area that I want on my card. And this will be the first set. So you're seeing me kind of move things around and make a bunch of decisions about where I want things to go. And then when I get everything adjusted and where I want, literally I will just shut the cover of the MISTI and it will pick them up. And I wanted to check and make sure that that happy was going to fit down in the base. And also that those really square pieces of type were really butted up against the edge there. So that when we remove our mask at the bottom, we have a really clear line and we've got kind of all of the type moving in and out there. The stamps were really sticky, but the great thing about the MISTI is that I can line it up precisely, and then I do have some of those little flat magnets. They're super thin, and you can easily get them separated by pushing them up against the edge of something, and then you can separate them, and it will hold your paper in place, your project in place. I can't have anything at the top though, because we have type that is going to bleed off of the edge of the card. So I'm gonna just use scrap paper to ink up the blue happy and press that. And the great thing about this is that if I wanted to actually, I'm going to stamp these two in orange. And you can see that I've got a lot of ink on the bottom of the smile. And if I wanted to create an ombre effect and actually do some double stamping, I can get that effect, which is really, really fun. So now I'm going to use, I need to get the top of that S in there with a little bit more orange. It's great because it's completely registered, so it goes down in exactly the right place and it looks beautiful. And then I'm going to use yellow for this next layer. You can see that you can see where I added a little bit of the orange, actually by accident, to the happy above the smile. But what's really fun, you could do this very intentionally and use two colors and get blended inks without using ombre ink pads if you didn't have them. So it's a neat technique. Actually, we should show you how to do that another time. If you have a big stamp, you can actually ink up the bottom or the top part with one color and then blend into that with another color and stamp again with the Misty, and it will be perfectly registered, and you will get that ombre or color blended effect. You can use really different colors too. It's really fun. So now I've repositioned the stamps in their new locations. I literally went through and removed them the first time as I was taking them off, and now I repositioned them in their new locations for the second round, and getting that happy in there. Oh, I need to get the top a little better. These stamps were really sticky, and I was having some problems with it. So it took a little bit longer than I thought. I'm just going to actually make some safe area there so I don't get blue on the rest. And then I can get the top of that. I really shouldn't have to press very hard. You can see there that it actually got the A, it got another layer, which is neat because it kind of creates a deeper shade there as well. So now I'm using the yellow, and I'm actually putting the yellow on all of the pieces because I can put the orange or the green on top, and those are the next colors. So it makes it a little bit easier. You don't have to think about separating them or masking them out or covering them. So now the yellow is in, and I wanted to get the corner of that E a little bit better. So it's starting to look really rich, and the ink is getting really soft and soaking into the paper as it dries. The Simon Says Stamp dye inks are really nice, and they don't always look smooth or perfectly smooth right after you stamp it, and then they sink into the paper and they get richer and stronger as they dry. So don't be worried. Give it a few moments if it doesn't look all perfect the instant after you stamp. And now I'm using the green, and I took some sentiments, some of the other sentiments, You Are Great, the Bee, and the really teeny ones that are in the set, and I'm just layering them into the design. So there's kind of a hole in the middle there. And then I also, you can see I'm adjusting that one. I wanted him to be right up under the happy. And then in the Circle Saying stamp set, there were some little hearts, and there was another smile piece of type and a You Are Great. And I'm sticking those into the holes and putting them where I wanted them to be. And it's really easy and fun to do the last little pieces at the end. So don't try to put them all in at the same time, because they will move around and they'll make the layout really complicated to ink. So if you kind of go from the biggest to then the medium size pieces of type or little design elements, and then you put in the last teeny little sentiments at the end to fill all the holes, you'll end up with a really nice composition. And then I took the little heart from that Circle Saying set as well, and you can use anything that you want, and literally just kind of filling in some of the little holes that were left there. And then when you can see I moved that piece of paper, and it's just a really great composition. It's like magic. I love it when you remove it and you get that beautiful straight line that's masked off on the top of the card. You can also put some Wink of Stella on the bigger pieces of type if you wanted to.
So I cut out some little strips with my paper trimmer, and I'm going to glue the blue one down first. I really want it to create that edge for me. And then the orange one, I think that I am going to make a banner and kind of pull it over to the side a little bit. I wish I had a sentiment that said, "Happy summer." And then I have a piece of fun foam here, and literally this is, it comes in all colors. I had a pack that had a variety of colors in my stash, not just white. And there was this pretty orange. I need to trim this away just a bit from the edge. But it's kind of nice because then when you put it on top, you get the dimension, but it's very flat. And when you look at the side, there's a little bit of color in there. And so generally, if I don't have white or a lot of white, I'll just use one of the colors that I'm using in the project, and I think it's really nice.
So I wanted to add a little bling, and I didn't want to use the ones that came in the kit, but I had some Doodlebug little glitter pieces, and they're perfect. They're in the same exact color palette as all the rest of the stuff that was in the kit, so I used those. And this is our finished card. I hope this brightens your day as it did mine, and check out my blog at www.paperheartscissors.com. See you soon. Bye.